Ciao. I mean, dang. Hello, people all over the world. This is Laugher Galaxy, and welcome back to some Stevie Knight reaction. It's been a while since I reacted to Stevie Knight. Let's go ahead and do some. Oh, this is Night Talks. Okay, this is a different channel, but still Stevie Knight at the end of the day. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump right in. This is a video about cisgender. What the freak? Cisgender. What? I searched it up before I recorded this. All right, and basically, it's a claim of them being assigned a gender while they were being brought out by the vaginal fluids of the pushage muscles to where the baby is now at the horizon of birth in what we call life. I don't think, like, I'm not even gonna say think. You're not assigned a gender. Okay, let's be honest. You're not assigned a gender. I understand you're probably gonna try to cancel and blah blah blah. Look, I'm just gonna keep it real with you. You're not assigned a gender. No one's injecting anything into you to make you that. That's just the way you were formed and the way you were born. Bars, literally. Like, I don't want to hear it. And then, like, again, I think I've already talked about the trans women and all that stuff before. I'm not gonna like put it up. If you want to go find it, it's in the channel. Okay, just scroll for it. I have nothing to lose here when it comes to that. So you can go ahead and come at me if you are trying to really cancel and want to actually talk about this stuff. So go ahead. Anyway, let's go ahead and slice down and let's night talk. I definitely just did that.
How would you define womanhood?
You sound like Matt Walsh.
That's a good question. Womanhood, to me, is about standing in integrity. It is about being confident in who you are. And me, as a black trans woman, should not be a threat to you. And what I see from a lot of cisgender women is they're trying to deem what womanhood is supposed to look like. I have my own perspective of womanhood. We can coexist in the same world, but the reality is we get so stuck on parts. Having a vagina is not the only thing that makes you a woman. I'm sorry. It takes integrity, it takes courage, it takes lifting other women up. It takes those things.
Ah! Denied! No. Oh my gosh. So you're basically saying a woman with a pedo whacker is a woman. That's a man with boobs and a female figure. Let's be honest. Like, she just... That's just like questioning lesbians, okay? That's just like literally questioning lesbians. Alright? You think a lesbian should have a strap on? No. That's not what lesbians is supposed to be into women. But they're still using male parts. So that makes you bisexual. You're welcome. Oh my gosh. What we identify as a woman is a woman with cooter, pum pum, that birth out packages of babies. Delivered. Alright? That's what we identify as a woman. Because women are able to take care of their babies. They give them milk. They produce. Like, are you basically saying a man is a woman? No. Are you saying a man is a woman? Or a woman is a man? No. It's not how it works. No, it works, man. Sorry, I have to be a villain today, but that's just what it has to be. That's just what it. Sometimes it just gotta come out. All All right? It's the truth. Brought to you by Laughter Galaxy Incorporated. Okay, anyway, this is not funny. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that. I was about to say he. I mean, if she has a cooter, then that's definitely that's a she that was a he. Okay? So, most likely, he's gay. Triple XL. Okay? I'm being honest with you. You got surgery to replace your private part with another private part from a different gender to then be able to have more sexual intercourse with other men. You're gay. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get canceled. But I'm just being honest, bro. I'm just being honest, bro. Oh my gosh. I wait to see what's going to happen after this.
To begin to defy womanhood, and there's so many other different things.
Uh-oh.
Well, maybe by this person's definition of womanhood, I guess I'm a woman then, right?
Oh my gosh. Yo. Oh yeah, and I didn't add this. Again, I've said this before. I don't know if I ever actually upload that video. Women are just as capable of having the resources just like a man can have that much of resources as well, okay? That doesn't make you a man. That doesn't make you a woman. That makes you the person that you are with a bunch of resources. A woman with a lot of resources. A man with resources. But at the end of the day, you are the source. Okay? And if you're a woman, you were born a woman and not assigned a woman, because if you're assigned, that means technically, that's transgender. You're assigning yourself to another gender. Okay? That was your choice. You were born actually a man. And whatever traumatic experiences or whatever that happened to you to where now you wanted to switch genders because you feel like this is who you are as a person, that still kind of makes you gay. I'm sorry, but you're gay. It's fine, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just like, you're gay, okay? You want to be a woman, and you were actually a man. That's what gay kind of sometimes go into, because again, you're into men, and you originally were a man, and you're trying to be a woman, and now you have the cooter and stuff. And you're trying to make yourself a woman again, like, you know, it kind of wraps around the finger a lot. Really, it does have a loop. Okay, so let's see.
Integrity, whatever the hell else was said, had nothing to do with being a woman. That's the fucking problem. I mean, that's one of the goddamn. Bro, you got a motherfucker here that was born a man gonna sit and try to tell a woman what the fuck a woman is. How the fuck do you know? How do you know? Like I understand the situation, man. Like you feel like you're not in the right body. I mean, I don't know what it feels like to do that, but I understand the problem. But how do you know what you are identifying as is what a woman is? And then it's like the gall, bro, the audacity to fucking sit here and try to dictate to real women what womanhood is, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here, dog. Just thinking about how it would be on the receiving end of that, having someone that was born a woman identifying as a man tell me what it is to be a man.
Oh, yo, now this was a good pause. They usually say don't pause on YouTube videos, but this one, at least we didn't have them go like, do some crazy faces, okay? But again, you may think I'm wrong, and that's fine. You can stay in delusion, or you can just admit that you're gay. And you're into men to where now you want to have woman parts so you can please the man and yourself. All right? I don't know if there's a trans woman out here that actually give birth to women, I mean to like babies and stuff. And again, you're not actually genuinely a woman at that point. Like, let's be honest. You're literally a wolf in sheep's clothing when you switch gender, okay? Like, if you were to tell that man that you're transgender, like you would transition from a man to a woman, you think a straight man is really going to sit there and be like, oh, okay, that's cool? He's gay! I'm just gosh. Do not get mad at me for this, okay? That's your fault if you're getting mad at me. I'm the mirror right now. And I'm saying what I'm saying, and this is reflecting off of yourself, all right? If you are in denial, dislike the video, that's fine. Just move on, though. Because at the end of the day, you are the one who needs to self-evaluate with yourself. And you're a man telling what a woman should do in womanhood. Don't you think that's a little bit disrespectful, bro? That's a little disrespectful, bro. Like tell Cinderella that. Tell all the princesses that in the fairy tales, okay? See where that gets you, okay? They might be positive, but they might say some stuff, okay? Let's be honest. And hey, Cinderella is a snarky one, I will say. Oh, anyway, let's go ahead and get back in there.
Can I ask
apparently
you a
where you
question?
probably got that from.
Okay, so if I were a white person and I said blackness is about integrity and courage and kind of the same thing that you've used to define womanhood, and then I said I want to transition into a black person and I'm white. Mm-hmm. And I'm redefining what blackness is to fit what I view it as, right? There's no objective reality of what blackness is. Would you consider that appropriation, or do you think that's something I should be allowed to do?
I consider that dodging, and I consider that comparing apples to oranges, because race and gender identity are two separate different.
I still find it weird how we let skin color differentiate us and separate us from one idea that we all are at the same, at the end of the day. This is crazy, isn't it?
Things, because when
triggered.
Think that's something I should be allowed to do.
I consider that dodging, and I consider that comparing apples to oranges, because race and gender identity are two.
Wait, I made a face. I made a face. I made a face. Because at the end of the day, what is oranges and apples, gang? Fruits, you know? They're all like if you were to base gender off of an apple and the orange, and you try to be an apple and you obviously were an orange, you're fruity. You're fruity. Next thing you know, you're getting boobs and a vagina, and then trying to work your glutes out and make yourself look like a woman. Now you're a fruitcake. This is so freaking. I'm like, and this again. Okay, all right. This video. I should have made this discretion in the beginning. This is comedy as well, okay? This is a dosage of comedy and with some realism at the same time, all right? But I am serious when I say this. You're gay. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. You want to be a woman so you can get plowed by your own gender that you once was to live as a woman. Okay? That was your decision. That's the illusion. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and get back in here.
Separate different things. Because when
Triggered. Bro, that was the perfect analogy. Perfect. It's literally the same thing. Don't want to have they're afraid to have that conversation, man, because it's like, boom, checkmate. But you don't have to answer any questions logically if you're coming from If you pissed, if you triggered, it's apples to oranges. Race is not gender. Come on, man. That wasn't the point.
I mean, for real.
That wasn't the point. Logically, it's the same situation. Triggered. That's one of the goddamn problems when all this nonsense, bro. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. Bro, I have literally not heard any valid argument for the trans agenda being what it is. It all comes from a place like that, like being triggered, responding to shit emotionally. No logic to it, man. We all just have to bow down to how you feel, and if we say anything that you don't like, bro, bow bow. Really, dog.
When we look at race, we have to look at many, many different structures of what whiteness and white supremacy looks like and how white supremacy.
I literally just almost stood up just now. We're talking about gender. We're not talking about race. What the heck is happening right now?
Can be manipulated into other things, and what happens is the closer you are in proximity to whiteness,
man,
you're able to weaponize.
Shut your ass up, bro. That had nothing to do with what the fuck she talking about, bro. Damn.
Oh my gosh.
Took it left. That had nothing to do with what she was
tried to hit
about,
that split.
Bro. It was just. I'm gonna take this opportunity.
But she forgot she had balls before.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to focus on white supremacy, bro. That had nothing to do with what the fuck you talking about, bro. Apples to oranges, bro. You comparing apples to trains right there. What the fuck? There's no talking to someone like this. Ain't no talking to someone like this.
It against other people. It reminds me a lot of Rachel Dolezal, who, masqueraded as a black woman. It really did open up many more doors of conversations around it, but it's still wrong. It's still.
Bro, I'm literally going to say this is, like, the title is literally going to say this is going to, trigger transgender and cis, all right? This is literally going to be a signed triggerment. But it's also comedy, and I'm gonna put that in the title. It's comedy, all right, and it's also real stuff at the same time, all right. So if you're mad, just know that the title warned you, and there's nothing wrong with what I'm saying, okay? Just as much as we're trying to listen to what you're saying, and yet we can see it as wrong. And again, it also can be a manipulative thing to others, to where like they're just gonna be sitting there like, yeah, I agree because I made this decision too, and I can't even like sometimes I feel like, dude, like when people like transition, do they really question themselves? Like at that point, even if they switched back, for example, wouldn't that still technically like make them bisexual? Like honestly, like first off, like you like let's say a dude had bad experiences with women, right? He didn't get no women, and he had like intercourse with one, but it just wasn't working right, and she insulted him and everything, and it traumatized him, and so he was like, you know what, I'm gonna be a girl, and now he's like going to guys now. Like, would that feel comfortable to you? Like, would that feel comfortable for him? The fact that think in your brain, like, wow, I'm turning into a woman, so then I can get plowed by a dude. Because that's eventually what you're doing when you're transitioning. Like, that's the whole entire experience that comes with that. And now you got this man plowing you, which we're a man that, could still in somewhat way, chromosomes and stuff like that, scientifically speaking, you're still going to be technically a man, even with those hormone shots and all that stuff. All right. That makes you gay. I love bringing this up for some reason. It's so funny to me, bro. Like, I just don't think people really be thinking for real. Like, oh yeah, an apple definitely can be an orange. They have 2 different vitamins. What do you mean? watermelon and banana, and you're trying to be a banana? I mean, hey, that's your choice though. At the end of the day, you made that choice. But don't get mad when people try to question why you did that. It's like some people are going to do that, and we're not trying to do that to make you uncomfortable. We want you to realize the realization of your choice and who you're trying to be. In some kind of cases, you know, that's just sometimes how the world works. I mean, why you think some parents be like judging you or why, like career choices? Why you think they like judge your career choice? Why you think when there's a father and mother there and they have their son and the son's playing with girl toys, why you think they're not questioning that? Or why you think they are questioning that? Like, why are they, like, they're questioning each other? Like, he should be playing with a screwdriver and a car. Next thing you know, he grows up and he's a James Charles. All right, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, you hear that in Max? There's nothing wrong with that. But if with the fact that you're trying to deflect the truth of who you are, that's the problem. Capiche? Does that squash your nuts that you don't have anymore now? Oh my gosh. Seriously though, like yo, that should help. I hope that gives you a nice awakening, and please laugh with me because this is a joke, okay? I know this probably boils your steamers and all that. Like you got your teapots ready trying to drink that trigger juice. I don't like just take this as a joke. If you still don't agree with me somehow, just take it as a joke and move on, all right? It ain't that deep, bro. It ain't that deep. We're all fighting over some dang on idea because of how it also can affect the youth in some kind of way as well, all right? Like how is a child going to like think of this when they're born? I was born out of a man vagina? What? But that was my mom. Nah, that's a dad with a vagina, bro. That's not even really a woman for real. He was just gay. He just, switched to another gender so he can get plowed by men. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, but at the same time, the kid's gonna be confused. So these are one of the things that, like, the transgender will have to explain to their child. That's going to be a tough one, isn't it? Because you're already still even transgenders are still seeming to be confused. Just like modern women trying to, like, think that they can get the 20% of men and still end up getting cheated on. My gosh. Banana and a watermelon, bro. Like, what the freak? What kind of combination is that? Like, yo.
Not fair because she will still ultimately have a privilege that I, as a black trans woman, would not begin to have.
That wasn't the question. That wasn't the question. And that Rachel Dolezal, whatever the fuck, is literally the same shit y'all doing. Right, maybe she's having race dysphoria. She looks at herself as a black woman. That is no different than what the fuck y'all doing. Y'all look at yourself as something that you were not, that wasn't born in your body. It's literally the same fucking shit. Same fuck.
No. I'm doing this. What did the cow say to the pig? I'm a pig. You know, this is a transgender joke, okay? We need to have these out here more, okay? Like, just have some little jokes here and there. And I know, and don't bully people with these jokes, bro. Don't bully people with these jokes. Just because they switch gender and they're still confused about the realization of the truth of who they are as a person and what they chose to do not bully them, bro. Let them be, bro. Let them be, bro. Okay? But it's just like when people like try to like, transgenders try to make these kind of try to voice out for others in this kind of way. It comes off so, like kind of cringy because it's like we don't agree with what you're saying. And a lot of times you're gonna think we're deflecting what you're saying, but at the same time, and people like me that are saying the idea of what I'm saying, you know, they're gonna agree with what I'm saying. Let's just be honest, bro. And at the end of the day, bro, go ahead, be a cow, but you're, you know, or should I say, go ahead, be a pig, but you always were a cow. Okay, you're not in the slop. You're not eating slop, you're eating hay. You're pooping out toxic waste. Just like the rest of them. Hey, I mean, go ahead and do it. Do you, alright? Just do you, but just don't try to confuse other people about it, okay?
Fucking shit. And you
If
pretty
you don't
much
have
just
the actual
proved
idea of it.
the conservative women's point. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Yeah, it's wrong. For y'all to be out here doing what y'all doing, Bogart and womanhood, trying to redefine what the fuck a woman is to fit y'all's agenda. That's selfish as shit. Y'all should just identify.
Hey, yo! That's crazy. Yo, this is crazy. Look. You know how women try to like be independent and pretty much be like a man? Look at what men are doing to be women, bro. That's crazy, bro. I just realized that. Oh, wow, bro. That's crazy. Wow. Wowzers.
Is something different. Men, women, trans men, trans women, and everything else y'all got out there that y'all want to be labeled as. Y'all do it.
Man, there's only two genders. You're either a male or female. Alright? And all these other sexualities, there's asexual, that's one. Straight, or pretty much heterosexual, homosexual, and bisexual. That's it. Unless you're into animals or something like that, but still. Oh my gosh. Now that's freaking crazy.
Whatever the fuck y'all want to do, man, but don't be bogarting what motherfuckers really is, dog.
Next thing you know, there's a girl humping her pillow as we speak.
Don't be bogarting what the fuck it is to be black. Don't be bogarting what the fuck it is. That's the problem. That's a problem.
What's interesting is that we're talking about race and gender, or as we probably like to call it on our side, sex. Race actually has a more understandable structure for people being transracial. Race does actually exist on a spectrum. I'm biracial. Many perceive me to be black, even though I am also half white and half black. We label people like President Obama as a black president, even though he is as well. Race has never had binary markers. It does exist on a spectrum. Gender, however, does have binary markers.
Check
me.
As much as we try, as much as we change the way that we self-present, chromosomes are not going to change.
Okay.
And that's
again.
just a reality.
Metro Boomin, make it boom. Metro Boomin, make it boom.
Of course, the biggest motherfucker up there is gonna say they should. That looks crazy, right? That looks
Wait,
crazy,
what?
right? Everybody.
Hold up.
Trans women should be allowed to compete in women's sports.
Of course, the biggest motherfucker up there is gonna say they.
Bro, they might as well just make a transgender freaking sport, bro. For the women that transition to man, be in like a trans the trans woman sports, and then have a trans man sports. Just separate it, since everybody wants to be so freaking triggered about everything. What's it to you, sports? We want an answer.
Should. That looks crazy, right? That look crazy, right? Everybody up there, trans women included, say, no, that shit ain't fair. But the biggest, tallest, swollest motherfucker gonna come up there and
freaking
say
ram the crap out of him.
Why is that, bro? That don't speak to a motherfucker at all. They want to come and fucking dominate.
Trans women have every right to compete in women's sports. When trans women are on hormones, the hormones break their body down. Having gender-affirming surgery breaks down the body.
See, I don't know why. I just instantly just want to cut this off, bro. I just want to cut this off. I want to cut. I don't remember their name, they's name. I'm gonna just say they, so it can be respectful at least. Okay, because I'm not trying to insult anybody here. Okay, I'm just joking around and just speaking my truth of what I see as facts here. Okay. No. Next thing you know, it'll be a transgender Satanist. Do you see Athena? Do you see how I rampage over these women? Me with my cooler, we are victorious. Oh my gosh. Just get in a separate freaking sport, bro. Trans women in one sport, trans men in the other. My goodness, it's that simple. Make history today. Make history today. You should really do that though, like seriously, so everybody can stop arguing about this stuff. Like literally, just please, for the love of gosh, just stop doing it for the clout and look at the other pockets that you can easily have at the grasp of your hands, government and other things that have the power to do that kind of thing. Do it, or forever hold your peace. The choice is yours. But either way, there always will be consequences.
And so I think we really need to be educated before we jump to a conclusion that trans women are stronger than cis women in sports.
That motherfucker right there is stronger than everybody up there, bro. Everybody up there, bro. It's probably everybody up there, bro. There's probably some men up there that motherfucker stronger than.
Just wait till they get mad.
I find it interesting.
Fouls off the rip.
People who disagree with you are uneducated, and
No, I find it interesting now, motherfucker. I find it disrespectful, but I'm gonna say interesting because I ain't trying to make it seem like I'm coming at your ass, even though I'm coming at your ass, bro. I'm very informed, goddamn. Let's get it.
I will speak out against that. I think the research shows that trans women do happen to have a biological advantage against biological women, even though you are taking hormones, and that does start to change your body and level things out. We're talking about primarily people who have transitioned post-puberty, which means they do have male bone density, male wingspan, male hand size, feet size, lung capacity. All of these things are going against women, biological women, when trans women start to enter their spaces, their sports, and compete against them. And this is really concerning for me.
I think for me, it's not a question of whether or not trans women can compete in sports. It's a question of how can we change the institution of sports in this country.
What I just said. What I said before. Doesn't take a genius to figure that one out. Shout out to Hyperhumanity.
To make it equitable and to create more opportunity for cis women, for trans women. And like that's kind of like why I wanted to actually ask you all, like, what has your relationship to sports been?
I don't think you have to have a direct relationship to sports to realize that women are being affected by this issue, and I do reject the idea of equity. There is no way to come about an equality of outcome, which is what equity is saying. There's a reason that women's sports are less funded and less watched than men's sports. It's because men seem to excel athletically, and they seem to press the bounds of athleticism way farther than women do.
Bars.
We now exist on a slippery
My
slope.
goodness.
If it's female sports, is it then female locker locker rooms? Is it then female prisons, which we're now seeing becoming an issue here in California, where biological male inmates are being put in female facilities because they identify as women?
Get 'em
We
pregnant,
have to discuss as a
Get 'em
society
pregnant, too.
how much we give into the feelings of wanting everybody to be accepted and how much we are willing to do that at the expense of biological women.
Fact.
My gosh, he's talking like a freaking Fox 2 News person. Like, my gosh. All the analytics and facts on this one. My goodness. Fire.
I use myself as an example. This is about how big I was in junior high school and early high school. I used to be able to walk up to a V8 engine block, pick it up off the floor, and set it on a table. And if I was in powerlifting,
I was not paying any attention to they. I was not paying any attention to them. Look at they. I didn't see any of that. I didn't even pay any attention to that. I thought that was a grandma low key. Like, whoa, bro. Whoa. You do got butterscotch candy, right?
or weightlifting.
How many fucking women out here can do that shit? What percentage of women out here do you think can do that shit? I bet that motherfucker can probably pull the goddamn engine block out that motherfucker right now. Right now.
That amount of, that advantage was just unbelievable. I've been on hormones for 15 years. Did it weaken me? Absolutely. Did my bone density really hasn't changed? My muscular hasn't changed? And this is not a binary question. There's a lot of nuances involved.
I just want to ask a question. For what you were saying, can you throw out some statistics?
I wonder if they're in a
I think
relationship.
you need to have there's an abundance of research. There's even trans activists who agree with exactly what I'm saying. And your hormones can change, right? And even she just spoke to the fact that her bone density did not change in going on hormones and changing these.
Like, I'm just wondering what their partners think. Like, are they with like straight males or what? Like, who are they with? I mean, they're not that. Those people aren't straight anymore. Like, let's be honest, bro. Like, I just wonder. I'm just wondering. And honestly, it's none of my business at the end of the day. So, let's put the suitcase down for those files.
Things, and we can see it in sports as we're watching them. Leah Thomas is a great example.
So if you can't throw out the statistics, we're not doing enough of the work. And let's also be clear.
If you can't throw out the statistics, we're not doing enough of the work. Like, how is that even an argument given what the fuck they talking about? This motherfucker not listening. They not there to listen. They just ready to talk. Nothing positive is gonna come from this conversation when you're talking to a motherfucker like that. You just had someone give their own testimony about the advantages they had as a man, as a biological man. Still to this day a biological man. My bone structure ain't changed. Shit, you yourself, it's disingenuous. Real shit. Like, that's bullshit, bro, because I know for damn sure the motherfucker out here pushing back on everything that they're fucking saying is experiencing what the fuck they're trying to explain firsthand. You definitely went on fucking hormones post puberty with your big brolic ass. You know your ass got a fucking advantage out here, but to fucking sit here and act like that's not the case is bullshit, man. Like, it's to sit here and act like that's not the case is bullshit. And for this,
they on that we can dance if we want to. Like, like they on that, man. We could dance if we want to. Like, yo, the facts are right there.
Is affecting.
My gosh,
is the amount of fucking control the trans agenda has over society, and you're allowed to hear to have these flimsy ass stances and arguments on shit just to express how the fuck you feeling, when we need to be actually focused on shit to fix what the fuck it is. That particular motherfucker there is not here to compromise or come to any solution. That motherfucker only there This individual is only there to cry victim. That's it.
Let's also be clear, there are some cisgender women who produce high levels of testosterone as well. And so we really have to unpack it from all different sides here.
Can you produce statistics about the bone density of biological men and how it changes upon being on hormones and whether or not it levels out to biological women?
I actually cannot, because when I would think of those statistics, I would think it was BS, to be quite honest with you, because the reality of it is...
Oh my gosh. At this point, if she ever gets mad at a woman, or they gets mad at a woman, all right, they should take that to the boxing gym and see the difference. Wouldn't that be entertaining? Let's get ready to rumble. Oh, wait. Let's get ready to rumble. Like, come on now. Or, for I guess somewhat safer, let's have a woman inside a football outfit with the helmet on, and have they in the helmet out and all that, and tackle each other and see who can push each other the strongest. See whose testosterone and adrenaline levels are gonna go. What say you? What say you, crew?
Bruh, this motherfucker just asked her to provide statistics. You couldn't provide the statistics, then it means you ain't doing the homework. She gonna flip this shit back on you. You gonna fucking say statistics is bullshit. You don't believe him. So then why the fuck you asking her to provide statistics if you don't even fucking believe in statistics? That's
you know what's funny? You know what's funny? I didn't do any research. All I did, well, technically I kind of did just by watching some videos. That does somewhat count as research, because people actually do those analytics and studies about that, and they share that to the internet and you know, talk about it. So technically I did some studying, but I didn't even really search like that, bro. And just thinking, just based off of what the obvious is, kind of brings the elephant in the room for the theys, okay, that are still confused about their own choices of who they are trying to be. At the end of the day, you're just an involved homosexual. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Let's just be oh my gosh. Oh man. I'm still thinking about that watermelon and banana combination.
What? I got this motherfucker on this damn show.
We could talk about statistics and research all day long, but it's about experience. We're going to be looking more at the experience because, again, when we look at cisgender women who produce high levels of testosterone and who have been kicked out of sports and been disqualified from teams based on something that they biologically cannot control.
Only person I know is that one woman, the black woman from Africa, who had testosterone levels through the roof, and they disqualified her because she tested too high. Unless there's other motherfuckers out here, and even if there are, that's so much of an exception to what we're talking about, right? You're gonna use just the one person everybody knows about to justify your case, to disprove the amount of effect that trans women are having in sports in general. You're gonna let this one particular individual that found herself in a fucked up situation, you're gonna let that trump the countless women that have had their opportunities taken away from them because of trans women. Logically, that makes no sense.
And I also want to say, like, I also want to say this, like, yo, I just wonder if there's a woman out there that's just completely celibate, haven't had any sexual things at all, just let that testosterone and all those levels just build up. Like, where y'all at? How do you guys act when how do you ladies act when you are upset, and how's your sports performance and stuff like that? Like, just let me know in the comments if you are, not so shy about your decision on that. Shout out to Mari and Aura Dies for that. I actually like that song. That's fire. And shout out to all the ones in there too. Like,
Then what are we really talking about here?
Well, we're talking about, data and that is overwhelming, and we're talking about what is also we're capable of seeing with our human eyes. I think it's very clear that if you compare maybe you to the rest of us, there is going to be a strength difference. There's going to be a bone density difference.
But you're just saying that you don't know until we physically do something, and just perceiving and assuming just because I look a certain way, that's not fair. Me and her we could look completely different or whatever, but she may be stronger than me.
I agree, but
she have much more agility and vitality than I do. We don't know that until you actually do it.
I'm saying it has been studied, it's been done.
And it's been done, we've seen.
That is the wackest argument ever. Bruh, you 6'2" with shoulders as broad as Dwight Howard up here talking to women. It would be a good assumption, at the least, to assume that your ass is pressing 100 pounds more than everybody up there on bench press, man. Come on now. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, dog?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you gotta prove it first. All right. Okay. All right.
But it's an assumption.
Time again.
But we're only going on assumption at this point. Because again,
it's not assumption when we see it. Maybe it's the news cycle that I watch, but I see it a lot. I see it quite often where they're showing trans women beating. I'm by far
demolishing them.
And you don't see women dominating in the men's sports, right? You don't see trans men going into men's sport and just completely dominating and wiping the field with them. This is what happens when you, in my opinion, twist God's design. When you go against God's design, you create these problems that you wouldn't have if you weren't going against what.
Or if you just cannot intellectually explain your choice of why you did that. Let's just be honest here. Okay? Let's not always like try to, make it like that, okay? If they just cannot explain the fact that they're just like involved homosexual, at this point, that's already case closed. Look at the video. Let's just be 100% honest, bro. Let's just be honest, bro. Like, I'm just being real, bro. Like, with the kindness and jokiness that I am trying to bestow to you, okay? You don't see me trying to, like, literally bash you, like, at all. I don't want to hear nobody in the comments saying I'm bashing. And again, even if this, like, for example, this video were to go viral, I'm not going to keep always doing videos like this, okay? I still want to, like, have fun doing my channel and do what I do, okay? I'm not going to keep on just being that aware, just in case of stuff happen, right? Because I don't, or if, like, people just try to cancel the crap out of me because of all the jokes I made about, the they and thems not being, being confused, like, even a bisexual I knew in high school. But anyway, there was a girl that was confused about her, bisexual. Like yeah, it was weird. But anyway, moving on.
God intended.
I'm going to take her side a little bit on that. Let me say one more thing, and I'm supporting you on this one. There's a great deal of women that, and actually there was a lady in the last Olympics that they actually disqualified until she went on androgen.
She drippy with that outfit.
To knock her to
that. He talking about the girl I'm just talking about. I think her name is Seneca or something. But great deal of women. I'm going to need to see these great deal of women who testosterone is too high that they were prevented from competing. I think that's cap. Let me, well, it's going to take me a minute to fucking research that. But if y'all know, let me know, because I think that's bullshit.
You'll be taking some time to research.
If it's a great deal of women who have been affected by testing high in testosterone, no matter how high that number is, it's going to be far less than the amount of women who have been disadvantaged and disenfranchised by the existence of trans women in women's competitive sports.
Testosterone.
Hold on. I actually want to kind of do this real quick, okay? I want to do this real quick, all right? This is what I'm about to do. I'm going to, like, have you, like, you guys are going to look at me, right? I'm going to search something up, all right? I'm going to search up something, all right? All right, so I'm going on DuckDuckGo because I like going on that one. I like that search engine. Anyway, woman with high testosterone level. There you go. Let's see what that looks like. Like most women that be having that testosterone, like you can kind of see it though, high key. Some of them be having like hair, like almost having beards sometimes. Man, that makes me question like how cave women used to look like. Okay. Like I'm trying to see like what. Okay, yeah, like menstrual abnormalities, excess body hair, acne, changes in mood. That's just what's displayed for signs for an image I'm seeing on here for symptoms and signs of high testosterone level in women. Okay? Just gonna leave it to that. You can do the rest of your research there. Alright. Just did a little bit of chipping for you. So, if that interests you, go and venture out. And think for yourself if you do not agree with what I in Stevie Knight and what these ladies are saying. Okay? All right.
Gone down to a female level. Like I said, this is not a binary yes or no question. And the whole idea of messing with what, God puts up, God put me up, okay, if you want to take that. And I had this conversation with a very religious man in San Diego, and he was like, oh, I don't quite know how to deal with that.
And God made you that way.
Oh, you know what? You know what I question as well? Like, literally, like relationship-wise, I wonder what their like sexual marketing is like. Like, how does it feel for them now? Like, what's the difference? Like, has it like made a positive impact for them or a negative one? Like the fact that, I don't know, like their value of how, I don't even know if they're expecting the opposite gender to accept them, or if they're just going to be with women or something. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you on that one. Like, let's just be honest. Like, that's just a question I would just like, if there's any like untriggered, they them, transgenders that's watching this video, comment down below and tell people about your experiences with the dating market and how your value is changed and whatnot for society and for yourself, and how it plays an impact on your life. You should type that in the comments. Don't be scared. Don't worry, I will keep an eye out for the people that bash you negatively. Okay, I will actually keep an eye out for that if you actually comment. Okay.
But he didn't make a lot of the people transition.
I understand.
No, but
male
God also
or
understands my transition. God, first of all, knew what I was going to be in my life. God already knew I was going to be trans when God put me here. So I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair when people dip and dab. Your relationship with God is personal.
I mean, hey, the God, this God is supposed to be a all-knowing, all-powerful, all etc., etc. So, I mean, that's... Hey, man. But hey, let's not talk about that because, like, I already have. I don't think we could. I don't think we should talk about that. Okay. I got horns on my head. Oh, jeez. Woo!
Yes.
Is sacred.
Let's
And
keep
I
it
don't
there.
think it's fair when other people dib and dab in other people's relationship with God when they don't understand what they go through. God still blesses me as a trans woman. God blesses you as a cisgendered woman. God is embodied in me as a trans person. I don't think it's fair, again, when we judge people's personal relationship with God. Gender identity, sexual orientation, none of that matters to a God that loves all.
Triggered, triggered. Cause that ain't what the fuck she said. She wasn't.
They would be right
with God. She
if
she
that
basing
was,
that
you
shit
know,
off her
very true.
relationship with God, and I'm not the most religious motherfucker at all, but I do know that God don't like that shit.
Look, I'm gonna say this, bro. I'm gonna say, oh snap, I clicked the wrong thing. I clicked the OBS. I clicked OBS on accident. Look, oh snap. Let me X that out. Oh gosh darn it. Update, fine. Don't you see I'm bit? Yo, I like how the thing just popped up on my. Okay, there you go. So, let's just be honest, bro. Before you actually, and I know I like this is another branch I'm reaching into at this point, but before you enter religions, all right, do your research. There are consequences for getting into stuff that you're like, you know, don't know about sometimes. And again, that's just life itself in some cases too, but still. Do some research. Do your research about religion, like, and you know, cuz indeed, I'm going to say it. Indeed, it is a human construct at the end of the day. Do your research on the religion. And you will find out the truth about the religion. Believe in what you want to believe in. Okay? Do you? But do not come over to me about some religious stuff. Warning. Warning you. And specifically only, and I'm speaking of mainly what most like percentage of the population mainly will worship, okay? So, again, do your research, find out who you're worshiping, and realize the truth beyond of what fiction and non-fiction is. Good luck, Charlie. And then the outro plays. Or anyway, we're continuing on.
You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, somehow we get it twisted in order to allow certain things now that shit is present in society. So now all of a sudden it's okay to be trans, it's okay to be gay because the words are twisted somehow.
Focus on the characteristics.
The Bible to allow it. That's a whole different conversation.
The personality of who you're worshiping.
I ain't even here for that. But I have yet to hear a valid argument for us to be promoting this trans agenda the way that we are and to allow certain things the way that we do. I have yet to hear a valid argument. It all comes from a me, my experiences, what the fuck I go through, and fuck logic. That's all I hear when I hear everybody talks who's trying to push forth this agenda. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. Because we're literally in a feelings over facts type of soft ass society, bro. And it's the perfect equation to allow this fucking nonsense to continue. But I want to hear a valid argument, but I have yet to hear one. I have yet to hear one, man. There's a lot of other minorities out here who have their struggles and obstacles and shit that will never get the amount of attention that we're focusing on here, where we allow feelings to overshadow logic, bro. It's crazy.
All right. Because, like, I'm going to end it off with this. Like, how are you going to be in a relationship with some God that, you know, that you don't know about and tell us about how positive and all this other stuff when there's clear things about that book that can tell you who that person is. But it's like some people kind of let it go over their heads. Don't call me bad for that. That's your view, but that's not the truth. Okay? That's the illusion. It's really deep. And it's a very sensitive subject. Again, But hey, there are very and one person I will definitely recommend if you ever want to try to like come for me. You're also just going to have to talk to someone that actually professionally does this. And I put in the description below if you want to like try to challenge him if you want. I'm sure he'll have a lot of fun with this. Like, let's be honest. So yeah. If you want to smoke with him, then just click the description below. Yeah. I ain't gonna say it. Just go in the description for yourself. Cause I'm being mysterious. Alright? Mysteriously click that description. Alright? And then you're also gonna also realize this is a comedy, and if you had a good time, make sure you meteor smash that like button and subscribe to become a Galaxian today. And I'll see you all in the next video. And hey. Again, this is a joke. And then again, this is also a lesson for you. I'm the mirror right now while you're watching me. You getting mad is a reflection of yourself. Have a good one.